All right, what's up, man? It's your boy Proctor here today with my fantasy football starting setup, and I'm gonna actually go with you pick 'em today. I'm gonna jump right into it. I don't got a lot of time here. For starters, I'm gonna start off with Drew Brees today. Today, the Saints are playing the Vikings. The Vikings are really weak overall as a team right now. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. With no Adrian Peterson, I really think the Saints are going to totally dominate, especially it being at home today. So I would start all Saints players today. To be honest, their backups are probably going to get some work today. I don't really see the Vikings having a chance. I'm actually going to go with Stephen Ridley. The first week he didn't really get too many carries, but last week he got 25, and I think the Patriots are really focusing more on running the ball instead of throwing the ball as much, and they want to control the ball. So I think they expect Ridley to get over 25 carries today and probably get 2 touchdowns. Another start is Pierre Garçon. I don't know whether or not Deshaun Jackson's going to play right now, but Pierre Garçon is probably going to get a lot of passes thrown his way. The Eagles aren't really good defensively. I don't expect their secondary to play well today at all. And I expect Pierre Garçon to have a really big game today, especially with Kirk Cousins under center. I'm going to go with Dennis Pitt at tight end today because they're playing the Browns. The Browns have pretty good cornerbacks, and so I expect them to rely a lot on Dennis Pitta. And I wouldn't expect the same game last week from Owen this week that Owen Daniels had last week. That was really a surprise for a lot of fantasy players, including myself. No one would expect that. That was just a glitch in the matrix, I guess. And my start of the week is actually going to be the Panthers defense against the Steelers' abysmal offense. Right now, Todd Haley couldn't call a place for my Pop Warner team. I don't expect the Steelers to move the ball well at all against that stout Panthers defense on Sunday night. So if you have the Panthers defense or if somehow they're available on the wire, I would actually pick them up right away because I don't think the Steelers right now are going to do anything in Charlotte this weekend. And my sit-em, I'm going to sit Cordero Patterson. The Vikings are probably going to end up passing the ball a lot, but I don't believe that Patterson will be effective against the Patriots defense, especially with Darrelle Revis out there and no Adrian Peterson to stop them from, blitzing and playing good defense out there. I'm going to sit Antonio Gates this week. I don't see Antonio Gates having a big game this week, considering he had 3 touchdowns last week. I don't actually see the Chargers scoring as much this week playing against the Bills. The Bills play pretty good defense and they run the ball well, so expect a pretty fast-paced game this week in Buffalo. They're not going to let Antonio Gates beat them this week, so I would expect actually Keenan Allen to have a good game this week. I'm going to sit Bernard Pierce this week. The Browns have a really good run defense, and in Cleveland, they always play the Ravens tough. I expect the Ravens to win the game, but I expect Bernard Pierce to be pretty stifled. Expect Joe Flacco to pass the ball out this week. I'm going to sit Michael Crabtree. The 49ers are probably going to beat the Cardinals, but it's probably going to be a close game. I don't expect Crabtree to have a good game. Probably going to be locked up against Peterson all day, and Peterson's got to look at that contract out there in Arizona, and they play really good pass defense. So expect Crabtree to be a non-factor. I would start Vernon Davis though, going against the Cardinals linebackers and safeties. And my sit of the week is going to be all Pittsburgh Steelers players. I would not start not one Pittsburgh Steelers player this week. And that is not me as a Ravens fan talking. That is me as a football fan talking. Todd Haley sucks as a coordinator. They're not getting good pass block. They're not running the ball well. Antonio Brown's going to have a tough time going against those corners out there in Charlotte. I expect a lot of pass rush. I don't expect the Steelers to run the ball well. So if you have the Panthers defense again, I would start them, and I would not start one single Pittsburgh Steelers player, not even the kicker. I wouldn't start the punter. As a matter of fact, they should just kick Pittsburgh out of the league this week because they do not stand a chance. My U pick, I'm going to go through this real quick. I expect the Bills to stay undefeated and beat San Diego in Buffalo. I expect the Ravens to pull out a tough one against the Browns in Cleveland. Do not think that the Browns will move the ball effectively enough to beat the Ravens. I expect Kirk Cousins to play well, but I expect the Eagles to win in Philadelphia. I do believe that Shady is going to go off against the Redskins. They play good run defense, but I do believe that they won't be able to stop that dual threat down there in Philadelphia. I expect the Eagles to roll into New York and steamroll the Giants. I do not want Eli Manning quarterback in my team at this point. I believe that he's been carried by a defense for a long time, and now he's being exposed, especially with those terrible receivers out there. I expect the Saints to beat the Vikings in the Laffer today. I picked I picked the Bengals over the Titans in Cincinnati. I do not believe that the Titans will move the ball well at all against the Bengals today. I expect the Lions to beat the Packers in the shootout. I'm looking probably about 35-28, 35-31 game. It's going to be a lot of points scored, so start all viable options in that game fantasy-wise. I actually expect the Jaguars to beat the Colts this week. They got beat pretty badly last week against the Redskins, but I do not believe the Colts will be able to run the ball as effectively, and I think the Jaguars will finally pull one out this week. I expect the Raiders to lose to the Patriots in New England. I don't think that Carr will be enough by itself against the Patriots offense. I expect the 49ers to beat the Cardinals in a defensive game. The Seahawks, again, will beat Denver. They will show that Peyton Manning is mortal, and I don't believe that Seahawks can be beat at home against anyone at this point with the defense that they're playing up there in Seattle and the way they're running the ball. I expect the Chiefs to beat the Dolphins, probably 28-21. The Dolphins will put up a few points, but it won't be enough to beat the Chiefs. The Panthers, again, will dominate the Steelers tonight. I do not expect the game to be close. Score-wise, it might be 21-7, but I do not expect Pittsburgh to move the ball well. And on Monday night, I expect the Bears to beat the Jets probably by 2 or 3 touchdowns. I don't think the Jets are that good offensively or defensively, as they've shown. And the Bears are going to be break out all the weapons against them today. So that's me. It's Proctor's You Pick 'em this week. While you get a chance, check out the Bitter Kings as well. Hat by Billy Grubbs and PJ Camacho. Thank you for your time.